Alright guys, so if you're sick with me from the other stream, we got the Eagles and the Cowboys coming up next. You got plenty of time. Get your food, get your drinks, do what you do, take a quick break, and we'll keep this going. And I'm going to grab some food as well. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We need to get to like 50 likes. That's our goal, 50 likes. So make sure you hit that like button, that thumbs up, so we can get to our first goal of 50 likes. And of course, if you're new here, make sure you are subscribed. That way you can be updated with streams just like this. And we'll keep it going. Hit that like button, guys. Let's get to 50.
Your name? Oh, Doug. Doug. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, paying for these repairs may be tough to swallow.
Get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem for a whole lot less.
History is filled with almosts. Those who almost adventured, who almost achieved. Then there are others. The ones who embrace the moment and commit. They calm their minds and steel their nerves with 4 simple words, whispered since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
Hey, I'm Scott Van Pelt coming up on a weekend edition of Monday Night Postgame presented by Abbott. Live reactions from Philadelphia. We'll hear from both teams. Full highlights of that Chiefs close win in Denver. We'll dive into the playoff scenarios that are in play for Sunday. For now, back to the final couple of minutes from the link.
All right, Scott, thank you. As we wrap up our Monday Night Football regular season on a Saturday night. So many people to take care of us throughout this journey coast to coast for 18 weeks. The spotter to the stars, Ben Boma, John Parolin back in Bristol, Jacqueline Jameson, who keeps everything organized here in the booth, but so many more, Ryan and Brandon and BMO and Jody and Jess and Mary.
The guys who put the booth together every week for us do an unbelievable job. Dahan Lee, Roy Hammond, John Hooper, Jason Jobs.
How about the guy here to my right, Tony Grenier?
Yeah.
The wizard on the tape machine.
And Quez Watkins for the touchdown for the Eagles, 36 yards to make it a little more respectable on the scoreboard.
We talked about Quez Watkins, trying to earn a little bit more action and some balls in the regular season as his postseason comes along. And he's been a playmaker this year for the Eagles on offense.
He's been a playmaker tonight. He's had some of those moments where you're going, where are you going, Quez? But he's always seeming to be able to break tackles, great awareness where defenders are, comes up with a big touchdown here late.
And the Eagles will go for 2. Of course they will. Just got that ball snapped. Minshew in some trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Basham had a sack earlier, sends Minshew flying, and that'll keep the score at 51-26.
See Terrell Basham at the top of your screen. He's going to keep working. Just keep working. You see him dip underneath. Nice technical pass rush and finish.
Focus so much on the NFC game tonight, the AFC playoff picture. By the Chiefs winning, they put the pressure on the Titans, who have to win in Houston tomorrow, try to reclaim that #1 overall seed.
Yeah, listen, nobody's going to want to see the Tennessee Titans. And I think they're the team that's kind of flown under the radar. They're the 6th scoring defense in the league. They're 2nd against the run. They've already beaten teams like the Bills and the Chiefs. And they beat the Colts twice. And now they get Derrick Henry back. I mean, this is going to be a fascinating next month.
Still some jockeying going on there. Patriots and Bills, the AFC East. It's one of the few divisions still left up for grabs. But again, all the seeding, everything will be sorted out tomorrow. And we'll have all the playoff matchups tomorrow night after the win and in game. The Chargers and the Raiders tomorrow night on NBC. So who do you guys like in that one? In the game that have everybody's attention?
You know, these are rematches of games that we've had on Monday Night Football. You know, both the Chargers and the Raiders and the Rams and the 49ers. The 49ers obliterated the Rams. We remember that, how much they ran the ball 45 times or so. And then tomorrow night, listen, it's going to be a great game. If the Raiders are able to win that game, I know we talk a lot about Coach of the Year candidates, right?
Yeah.
LaFleur and Taylor and Vrabel. But if the Raiders can win tomorrow night, listen, I'm just going to throw Rich Bisaccia into that conversation. It would be an unbelievable story.
And just think about the leadership that Derek Carr will have shown at the quarterback position for that football team as well. But look, across right here, this is a great list of guys right here. But that guy on the end, Mike Vrabel, his football team, is there a football team that plays more in the image of its head coach than the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about mental resolve and resilience. When Derrick Henry gets hurt, I mean, most people think that's it. Okay, this team's just going to start showing some cracks as far as their ability to just summon up good performances. Not even close.
Hey, Zach Taylor was as good as gone a couple years ago, right? Look at the job he's done in Cincinnati. Who wants to go there?
Right.
Take on Burrow and Jamar.
But of that list, I mean, is it not time for Matt LaFleur? Okay, 3 straight 13 wins, and I get it. He's got Aaron Rodgers. I get it, you know. But like, listen, John Harbaugh won Coach of the Year with Lamar Jackson when he was an MVP. Like, so can we quit holding Aaron Rodgers against Matt LaFleur in the Coach of the Year conversation?
Does seem unfair. Lots of good candidates, and that's the point of the conversation. And Cooper Rush of Bahamas Bowl fame take a final knee.
I see what you did there.
This game was 17-all in the second quarter. In the end, it's all Cowboys. Cowboys played their starters. The Eagles went with their entire second team here tonight. And both of these squads will gear up for postseason play. And they'll get their final seedings and matchups tomorrow night. I am told this is the first 51-26 final score in NFL history. And the Cowboys had 22 different players score touchdowns this season. That, too, is a new NFL record for a team. Don't miss the first ever game wild card action, January 17th, 8 p.m. on ESPN and ABC. We will see you from someplace.
I don't even remember who it was, Grace, so whoever it is, I guess they're just gone. We could try to, like, go back and search, but... Was it Joey? All right, guys. So tomorrow we've got 3 games. I'm gonna post up the stream schedule for tomorrow. But Monday definitely we're doing the Alabama and Georgia championship. So I have that posted up on Monday. And then, of course, I'll have the stream schedule for tomorrow posted up within the next 30 minutes. In the meantime, of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you can be updated with streams just like this. And I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good night, everyone.